Kenneth Mosley standing in the middle of a Chicago whirlwind. I've got two superpowers that are rocking Chicago from north to south and from east to west. Pastor Charles Jenkins of the Fellowship Baptist Church in Chicago and Pastor Corey Brooks, New Beginnings on the south side of Chicago. I don't even know where to begin, so let me just ask about this, okay? Our topic, our theme of the year is the mission is not impossible. And for many, that means talking about succession planning and how they were able to receive the mantle, how you were able to pass the mantle. You came behind a great man of God, very world-renowned, Pastor Clay Evans. How was it for you to put your hands on such a large vision and begin to move it forward?
Well, it's almost 12 years later, and I think with lots of prayer and then trusting God for strategy and for systems. And when I took over, I was 24.
24.
I was 24. He was 75. 75 to 80% of the church was 75 and older. So everybody was my grandmother and grandfather. But the Lord has added to the church, and as we had a commitment to respect the past while we expect the future, it's possible when you're aggressive, committed, focused, and prayerful.
What does your church look like now?
60% of the church are between the ages of 20 and 40.
That's quite a flip-flop.
The demographic has flipped. And, of course, again, in 2000, you got 70 to 80% of the church, 75 and older. We had lots of homegoings, but we welcomed lots of newcomers, and we've still maintained the base of our long-timers.
Now, speaking of reaching the community, I often call you Chicago's pastor on the roof. You spend almost about 100 days on the roof in the winter of Chicago. Yes, tell me why, sir. Pastor Corey Brooks.
Well, there was an old dilapidated hotel in our neighborhood that needed to be taken over. We needed to do something with that property. We needed to eliminate the prostitution and the drugs that were just running rampant in the neighborhood. So for 94 days, I spent the time on the roof to raise funds and bring awareness to the gun violence. And thank God, God blessed us. We were able to get the money, and we were able to purchase the building. We've now torn the building down, and we're going forward trying to raise money to build something new.
Amazing. And you've got something coming up new here in the summer. You're going to be doing quite a bit of cardio.
Oh, yeah. We got a great thing getting ready to happen. We're trying to be very creative in our approach to ministry, and oftentimes in the hood, sometimes you don't have the money, the resources that you need, and we don't want to go in any more debt because that just ties our hands. And so creatively, God has given us an idea to start walking in New York in Times Square on June 5th. I'm going to be taking off from New York, Times Square on June 5th, and I'm going to walk across America all the way to Los Angeles, California, the Staples Center. And it's going to take us about 3.5 months, but on the way, we're going to bring awareness, and on the way, we're going to raise $15 million.
So 3.5 months?
3.5 months. I just figure if I can spend 94 days on the roof, then I can spend another 94 days on the road.
You just don't want to be inside, do you?
You know, most of what Jesus did was outside, so I'm just following the example of Jesus.
I'm with the very, sleek and well put together Pastor Charles Jenkins, and we've got the pastor of Hoodology and the pastor on the roof doing great things out in the community and shaking it up in Chicago. So glad to have both of you with us here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.